The language we use for Newton's third law of motion leaves a lot to be desired. Let's learn physics. You walk into any classroom and say, all right, everybody, science, Newton's third law for every, and they'll complete that and they'll say action, for every action. And then you can continue and say, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. They answer as a chorus. Problem is, it doesn't even make sense. Think of an action, perform that action. Turns out that it's not true. It is not true that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Maybe you could put a good physics word in there like force and say for every action force there's an equal and opposite reaction force, but there's a problem there too. The words action and reaction in the English language have significance. Action is considered to be first, reaction is considered to be later. That's not true about Newton's third law, so we've got to dump that language, action and reaction. Maybe we could say for every force there's an equal and opposite force. But the problem is those forces are not equal because they are opposite in direction, and forces have to have the same magnitude and direction to be equal. Maybe we could say the same size, but still, we've got to get away from that action-reaction. Here are two attempts to do just that. Whenever one object exerts a force on a second object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on the first object. Or, if object A exerts a force on object B exerts a force on object A that is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to the force exerted on B. Both are better, but both imply that one force happens first and the second happens second. It's a serious problem with an understanding of Newton's third law. They both happen simultaneously. Both forces are the same size and they're opposite in direction. So, let's call it the force pair law. And let's say something like two objects always apply opposite same size forces to each other. Simple, gets the point across, force pairs, opposite direction, simultaneous, same size, two objects, and that's what we're looking for. A good understanding of Newton's third law of motion, which is difficult to get.